legend where magic meets the heart. Commander Pod, where the stories unfold, with heroes and villains new and old. Duncan, Jeff, and Sloan got the word. In the world of EVA we play.
Hello and welcome to the Commander's Pod. I am Sloan.
And I'm Proud Father, which is sort of like Podfather, but I'm Jeff.
I'm Jaden.
And I'm Paxton.
And we are Duncanless today. He had something to do, so we get to rag on him and act like he never is here, like we do when Jeff isn't.
Yeah, because I feel like he misses about the same amount of time as me.
Right, yeah, 100%. But yeah, we have a treat. We always refer to Jeff's two sons that he plays Magic with and always joke about how that is the reason why he never comes to the shop anymore, because he has two people to play with at home, so he doesn't need to leave his house. And here they are. So Jaden and Paxton, before we get into kind of today's episode about what we're going to go through, why don't you tell us your favorite deck that you're currently playing and why real quick. We'll go ahead and start with you, Jaden.
I'm not playing any deck because I am making a podcast episode with you guys.
He's very, very literal. When you play Magic, what deck do you play?
When you play Magic, what's your go-to deck? What's your favorite deck?
Zimone Mystery Unraveler. It's a landfall manifest dread deck.
Oh, okay.
And when there was a pre-con tournament happening, and you guys have talked a lot about it on the podcast, and I was looking for the decks for my pre-con that I wanted to get to enter the tournament, and I saw Zimone as a commander, and I was like, that sounds fun, being able to flip stuff down from the top of your library and possibly flip it over just by playing a second land. Yeah,
absolutely. Very cool deck, very fun concept. I believe it's Simic, blue-green, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So, all right, and Paxton, what's your favorite deck right now and why?
I personally right now am favoring my food deck. My food deck. It's It's a partner deck. Its commanders are Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit, and Sam, Loyal Attendant.
Okay.
I built it myself. There is a pre-con, but I did not get it. And yeah.
Okay.
And just so you know, we didn't practice anything. They don't know any of these questions we're going to ask today. Right. So that's off the cuff, remembering all that.
Yeah, good job.
I thought this was more planned.
And have you?
It's not planned for you.
Yeah. And have you read Lord of the Rings, Paxton? Is that why you're playing the Lord of the Rings deck, or just because?
I've watched a bit of the movies, but I haven't finished them. And I read The Hobbit once, but I just figured a food deck would be cool, and I saw that Sam and Frodo seemed to be overpowered commanders, by my opinion.
Okay, well, very cool. Power-driven decks for both of them, which makes sense with Jeff being their father. There's a theme.
Winning is important.
It is. Winning's very important. But kind of the theme for today, guys, just so you know, is we're going to be discussing some topics that we've talked about in the past, but we wanted to bring a new perspective with more novice players and kind of hear a perspective that maybe some of us who have been playing for a long time don't really see anymore, or maybe really have a chance to experience because we're all veterans of the game as opposed to Jaden and Paxton.
Plus, Johnny, these guys are the future.
Yeah.
Like, when young people at this age come into the shop, it's important to know how to engage them and get them excited about the game, because the game's going to exist if these guys enjoy playing it. Otherwise, right. We all die off, get responsibilities, and the next group up, they gotta love it too. And so for dads, moms out there, brothers, whoever want to get their younger siblings or kids involved, this is going to be very powerful for them to understand what it is that excites them.
Right, and I think that's a great lead into, I guess, the first question for you guys. So Paxton, we'll start with you this time. What was the big driving point that really got you wanting to consistently play Magic? Because I know your dad, you guys would kind of play, but usually it wasn't really, at least for you, it was mainly more maybe for Jeff. But it seems now that you actually enjoy building the decks and getting the cards. And so what was the main thing for you that kind of got you into it?
I don't know. I just probably my dad really liked it and he wanted me to play it, so I did. And I remember I used to always play his humans deck, and that was the only deck I would ever play. And then I got really good at that deck. And eventually I got pre-con and just started playing Magic a lot.
Okay.
Well, what was your favorite thing about Magic that eventually made you go, oh, I want to spend my own money on this?
Building decks. I mean, you spend money on Magic, right?
Yeah. So just the idea of building and strategizing a deck yourself was really what made you go like, this is the part you enjoy, which is a lot what your dad enjoys too. He really likes the whole deck building side of it. I feel like more than he actually enjoys the playing part sometimes.
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, I would say, Paxton, do you like the control of it, that it's yours and you got to make all the decisions? And that Dad didn't step in to make any decisions on it? It was all you?
A little.
Yeah. I think it's a lot.
Yeah. So, Jaden, what about you? What was kind of the moment, if you could remember, where you said, I really enjoy this game. I want to keep learning it and getting better at it and building decks and expanding?
I'm not sure, but it probably had something to do with how our friend Dylan came over, and for some reason we taught him how to play Magic, and he learned really quick. And so when he came over, he'd always want to play with us, and I didn't really like him that much, especially because he always beats us.
Every single time.
Yeah.
But eventually I started liking it, and I'd play Magic with him, but we're not in touch with him as much anymore.
So you would say that having your friends start to enjoy it helped you to enjoy it more on your own, separate from Dad wanting to play?
Yeah, but
yeah, so the
you
social
definitely
aspect.
got me into it.
Yeah, but I do think your friends made a big difference in that. And that is important to everybody out there. Like, if you can make your cards available, and it takes some discipline, because you're going to let kids come over and open up your very expensive decks and just play with them. And I would regularly come back to my decks. You guys will remember. I'd come back to the decks and they'd be all out of order, right? And upside down and sideways.
I kind of remember that.
Yeah, and so, I'd have to be like, hey, let's take care of these. Because when you go shuffle them, you could ruin the sleeves and mess up the cards. But you just have to be used to that, because it's worth it to get your kids loving the thing you love. So.
Well, and I think it's a good point too, which again, us veteran players sometimes forget that this is something to also remember. You're going out to do with people you are friends with, or people you enjoy hanging out with, and so sometimes it's just the social aspect of it, right? Like Jaden said, it's the idea of I get to go hang out with my friend for 4 hours doing something that we both enjoy, even if. In Jaden's case, he said, I didn't enjoy it at first, but I grew to love it because I was spending time with my friend. That's something that, again, sometimes us veteran players lose touch because we're so focused on just winning and just focused on making the most optimal deck and just getting to the next game that sometimes we forget it's okay to have a 3-hour game just to have social time with friends and joke around and have a good time.
And I think Jaden's he's got a strategic mind, and so does Paxton. And so they get to exercise that. And so my next question is kind of like, what is your either favorite card that you have, or your favorite combo, or your favorite play that you've done in any game?
You guys need to think about it for a second?
Maybe more than a second.
Okay, so I'll tell you your dad's favorite play, because I've heard this story about 10 times, and it's in my opinion, it's still one of the funniest stories in the world. We were playing with your cousin David, and Jeff, and myself, and I think even Danny might have been there for this one.
Yeah, Swanee.
And we're playing, and David casts a Pact of Negation, which says that your upkeep you have to pay 3 blue, or you lose the game. So then on Jeff's turn, which is right before David's turn, he then casts a destroy target land and blows up his only other blue source.
Well, I cast the green creature that destroys 3 non-creatures.
Terastodon.
Terastodon,
Yeah.
And so I think I destroyed 2 or 3 of his lands.
Yeah, you destroyed the island specifically. So when it got back to his upkeep, he did not have enough blue sources to pay for it,
Right.
and he instantly lost the game.
Yeah, super mean move, but funny.
It's still to this day is the funniest play I
Yeah.
think we've ever experienced.
Yeah. Die to your own upkeep.
Yeah, die at your own upkeep from your own spell that you cast for free on a previous turn is great. One of my favorite plays I think I'd have to say is when I got to do like one of my first big combos with Prosper, where I just did an infinite loop trigger and I was able to kill the whole board. It felt really cool. It was awesome. It was the first time I ever got to do it, and especially because I spent so much time. I put about 2.5 years and about $1,300 into that deck. It's fun to see it be able to do combos like that. So myself being more of a combo player more recently, I've been enjoying doing combos more instead of just straight
I've
aggro.
always enjoyed combos. So
Well, I always did
more than anyone else in our group. At least.
Well, I always did aggro decks. I was always combat heavy decks.
Yeah, but you always had combos in there you were searching for.
It's
true. You had aggro decks, but you always had the combos.
Right. So, but any plays like that come to mind now? Thinking about it for a minute that you think are super cool, or just one of your favorite cards that you have, and in your mind, if you could just put it in every deck, you automatically would.
Well, I think I know Jaden's. It's a blue card. You want to talk about that?
I would probably put Omniscience in every deck, but that's not what I want to talk. Well, it sort of is. One time I used a card called Scroll of Fate, where you tap it and you manifest a card from your hand in my Zimone deck. And then I had Omniscience in my hand, so I tapped Scroll of Fate and manifested that onto the battlefield. And so it was a face-down 2/2 creature, and under it was Omniscience. And with my commander's ability, I think I played something that allowed me to play a second land or put 2 lands from my hand onto the battlefield. And so I got my second land out. And I flipped Omniscience, and then I could play everything else in my hand.
Well, Omniscience for free is always fun.
That's a pretty good move, yeah.
That is a sick play. And Omniscience is, I remember it was one of like the first cards in my collection that I got that was like, whenever I built a blue deck, I always try to get it in there because it's just a fun card. I mean, it's a 10 drop, 7 blue, blue,
It's
blue.
what Magic was built around.
Right.
It's the biggest, craziest card we can play.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's definitely a super
not
cool
Magic,
card.
I should say. It's what Commander was built around.
Right.
Well,
yeah.
you can't
Commander.
use Omniscience to cast your commanders.
No,
Wait,
you
can
can't.
you?
No. If
But-
it's in your hand, you can. If you
But
get it to your
big
hand.
splashy cards are what Commander was designed for, because in Standard and all the other ones, you want like efficient, low to the ground stuff.
Yeah, most of your
Because you have less life.
You have
so
less
there's
life.
games.
smaller deck, and
Less
you have
mana.
repeated cards. You have
Yeah.
4 of every card instead of just
Yeah.
one.
It's hard to
Except
get to that
legendary.
much mana.
Right.
Paxton, have you ever had time to think? Do you have an idea?
I don't think I really have a favorite moment, but inside my Shiku Narset deck, it's always fun because when I do this combo, because there's this card, Rite of Replication. It has a kicker cost. It's like, I don't know, 3 mana maybe, like blue, 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 and the kicker cost is like 5, and Shiku Narset copies stuff. So I would cast like a cantrip spell, and then I would cast Rite of Replication for the kicker, and I would create like a whole bunch, like 19 copies of this one creature, and that's always fun.
Okay, yeah, Rite of Replication, where if you pay the kicker, you get 5 copies.
And then I copy that, so I have
So you get 10 copies.
copies.
That's fun.
I remember when
And
you
he's
did
done that
once.
multiple times now.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely, especially if you have a ETB deck where entering the battlefield causes triggers. That's a great way to just
It was some
annihilate
sort
people.
of genie when he did it that I remember. It's like power was equal to the amount of sorceries and instants in your
Oh,
graveyard.
that would be huge.
And so he
Yeah.
had like 10, like 4/4s of flying, and I had nothing
That's
to block
tough. That's
it.
pretty cool.
Because
Yeah.
it's flying.
Yeah, but it doesn't
That's
even matter.
crazy.
Even if it was like a 3/3, once you have 19 of them, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it becomes
you're a problem.
Yeah, it becomes an issue real
Yeah.
quick for sure.
Oh, even 10 of them. That's
Yeah.
30 damage. So.
I will say one of my other favorite plays I've done is I've It's not even really play. I just won with a vehicle deck. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. The fact that I'm able to crew enough vehicles and get enough stupid vehicles out.
You kind of just have to hang out for everybody else to make them low,
right?
And then just come in at the end.
I mean, yeah, but it is fun when, because me personally, I do like trying to build decks that aren't as powerful or relevant and trying to see if I can get wins with it. I had another deck that I had built, which was a rat deck, but it was a rat deck that was really a snail deck. And I played that one. And because the commander was a rat, and he said that whenever a rat enters, you create a 1/1 snail. And every single time a rat enters, if you control a snail, you put a 1/1 counter on it. But what I did was I turned all my creatures into snails, and then he had a second ability that said I can pay and sacrifice a snail, and I deal that much damage to each opponent, and I draw that many cards. And so I sacrificed like 4 of my snails, which were really rats, but I turned them into snails, and I did like 20 damage to everybody and drew 20 cards in one turn, and I won the game. It was great. It was super fun.
I remember the other thing that was fun was when, and we've talked about this before, so some of you who are longtime listeners will know, but when Duncan decided to play a chaos deck against my enchantment deck, which my enchantment deck is pretty good. Like,
yeah, it's the green-white one, I think.
It's pretty well designed.
Yeah.
And so all it did was give me like 4 triggers every time I played an enchantment. Now, I didn't get the enchantment I played. Other stuff happened, but I didn't really care. Because if you know, it's not really about the enchantment you play. It's about all the other enchantments that are already out.
Right.
So I was getting like creatures and mana and drawing cards, and it was ridiculous. I think the one turn took like an hour and a half or something.
I think we went through 75% of your deck in that one turn, too.
Yeah.
And because the problem was it kept, like, whenever you cast something, you had to reveal it and cast that instead, as long as it shared a type with it, and then the other one went back on the bottom. It was
and
ridiculous.
It took 3 of us to know what to do on every turn.
We were all just like counting triggers. It was ridiculous.
It's still the craziest turn I've ever even heard of.
Yeah,
because it was so complicated.
It was very complicated. It was very difficult,
what about
for sure.
anytime anyone plays the storm deck?
Yes, that is also. You remember the storm deck? It's like 9 mana to get the creature out.
Oh.
And then it just keeps going. I forget the name of it. I'll look it up.
Is that the Cascade one, the Maelstrom Wanderer? No.
I'm talking about the actual storm.
Yeah, Storm is also very good.
Storm, who has
know
Storm?
that much.
Yeah.
One time I had to ask if I could have Storm on a card, which I don't think you can.
I don't know if Storm can have multiple instances of it, because they do say other things, like Exalted, for example, says that if a creature has Exalted on it, it can have multiple instances of Exalted. So a lot of times the abilities will say if it can or not. I don't think Storm can. But with that being said, I think that's a good segue into this next part. With you guys being younger and not seeing what Magic used to be and seeing what it is now, which is all these different universes beyond sets, they're called. So, your Spider-Mans, your X-Men, your Marvel heroes, your Lord of the Rings. Do you guys think that's good? Like, do you guys enjoy those sets? Do you think those sets are fun? Or do you think, because there's some people who believe that Magic should be mainly focused on the actual Magic World sets and not the universes beyond. So do you guys think the sets with the outside of Magic characters you think those are good for the game? You think those are something that maybe helps draw younger people like you guys into the game?
I bet. I bet it brought a lot of Final Fantasy lovers into it.
Yeah. Final Fantasy actually...
Probably everything else, too.
Yeah, Final Fantasy is the #1 set, sales-wise, for Magic, followed by Lord of the Rings.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Wow.
And then third place, which I found out last month, is Avatar: The Last Airbender, is actually the third highest sold set for Magic of all time. Yeah.
I really like the cards in that one.
So what do you think, Paxton? Do you think that's a good thing for the game where you're having these different IPs, they're called, come into Magic to encourage new players?
Yeah, I think so, except I don't think it should be like Avatar: The Last Airbender into Spider-Man into Ninja Turtles. I think it should be like a mix of the two. Like mostly little universes beyond. Like maybe one every free Magic normal pack.
Okay. Yeah, so right now, the way it's slated is it's even this year coming up. I think it's 4 universes beyond and 3 in universes Magic sets.
So it's geared towards universes
So it's
beyond.
actually geared towards universes beyond. So you think it should be more geared towards Magic in universe stuff as opposed to Universes Beyond.
Yeah, because if it's mostly Universes Beyond, then it's not Magic. It's just Universes Beyond.
Okay. And then Jaden, what do you think about that? You think that's true? It should be more Magic oriented in universe stuff, or you think, do whatever you want, just give me more Magic?
I like the Universes Beyond usually, because they sometimes come up with stuff that I care about.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. So, I mean, Jeff, we've talked about this.
I also like the Universes Beyond.
Yeah. And, I mean, I do see, Paxton's point is the big thing that a lot of people do.
It's probably what most people agree with.
Right.
Actually, it's probably the more popular opinion.
That's what a lot of people repeat is they say that, if you start focusing more on Universes Beyond, you kind of lose the fact that we're playing Magic and it kind of becomes a hodgepodge of all these IPs instead.
Yeah.
And again, there is truth to that, and I think there is relevance to that. Now, they did say that because of the expiration of the IPs that are happening, that's why they've been doing so many of these last couple of years.
But they also said it made them a lot of money, which is why they're going to keep doing it. So,
Right. There's a chance that they said that they're going to maybe slow down because they felt like some of the sets felt rushed, which a lot of people would agree, especially about Spider-Man. They said it felt rushed. With the hiccups that happened with Lorwyn and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which was... there was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards found in the Lorwyn pre-release packs.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And we just heard that there was Lorwyn cards found in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pre-release packs.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's sad for people who like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles but don't care about Magic at all.
Right. So there was people posting pictures and stating that, and even one of our actual friends, he went to open up his pre-release pack and there was no promo card in it. And so they gave him a whole new pre-release pack because they just didn't put a promo card in the pack.
That's good.
So that kind of steps into the next thing. So your dad and I work together. And one of the things that Jeff always talks about and brings up and states is how important your customers are, in our business. And of course, with our fans too, we talk about how important we as customers are to Magic and how important that is. So with the issues they've been having recently, what do you guys think that says to you as newer players in Magic in regards to how does that make you feel knowing that sometimes they're mixing up product or sometimes they're not giving their best efforts on cards, quality or character art, or what does that make you feel like as a newer player?
I personally am a little frightened that by the time I'm an adult, Magic will get so greedy and careless and print so many cards that it will become void and the cards will become meaningless and won't be worth any money and the game will be over, like Beanie Babies.
Yeah.
Print too much and then it's over.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Point.
Jaden, what do you think? How does the issues that they've been having recently make you feel as a newer player in regards to kind of as a customer of Magic?
Well, I don't buy cards myself, so I don't really have much to say about that.
Okay.
His dad still buys the cards.
Yeah.
Jaden hasn't really gotten into, although he did get cards for Christmas, so that's kind of because you have a limit.
Oh, yeah.
That budget's not unlimited.
Right.
So that's money that could have been spent on other items. But yeah, so I wanted to kind of ask him a little bit about single target removal, counter spells, land destruction, stacks. What are the things in Magic that you think are really fun, and what are the things you think, if there's any, that you think, yeah, that's not that much fun?
It's a mix of both not fun and fun. When I once used Chaos Warp on one of your creatures,
I hate that card.
You flip the same creature over.
9 out of 10 chance that happens. I don't know why. Mathematically, it makes no sense.
I'm glad they got to experience it, though.
Yeah,
it does happen.
It happens. Oh, it happens a lot more than statistically
it's a
it should.
joke out there in the Magic world.
Just gamble how it looks so good to my eyes, and then you say, no, you always lose the card you
tutor.
get.
Yeah. completely.
Yeah, that's the problem with red, man. That's why it's falling behind.
Well, because red has been designed to be chaos. So everything they do, removal wise and tutor wise and everything, is always kind of chaos based.
Yeah.
Which is good because it's thematic, but at the same time, it's kind of not good for you.
It's hard to keep up.
Yeah, it's hard to make it work because even their counter to Bolt's trickery is still kind of chaosy. So something can happen. Paxton, what about you? Any mechanics of the game specifically that you either can't wait to get your hands on and use and play with, or if you could eliminate it from the game, you'd be more than happy to do so?
No, not really.
So you guys haven't played against stacks, though, have you?
No.
No, yeah. So
Or really land destruction very much. So.
No.
Yeah. So.
Didn't you once use Storm to
Oh yeah, destroy all your lands. Yes, we
so
did.
many times, a single target?
Yeah, I think this
removal
card's
land.
called Ice Storm. Is that what it's called? The green one that comes in there that destroys all the lands.
I
It
don't
only
know.
destroys a single land.
Yeah, but when I do it, it destroys all the lands.
That's
Like
crazy.
four for each of us.
Yeah. No, yeah, I do remember that. It was very mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
It's kinda
stacks.
See, they think it's kind of fun though. So.
Yeah, I mean,
They're all having a
I
good
will
time.
say this: if someone actually has a straight up land destruction deck,
No.
you play it once, you're like, okay, it was cheeky.
Put it away. Don't do it again.
Please don't do it again.
Yeah.
Because the big thing with those kinds of decks, land destruction and stacks, which is I think kind of the thing that you've been shielded from thus far, because your dad doesn't really build those kinds of decks, is
No.
they keep
Because I'm
you
not
from
a
playing.
complete degenerate.
Right, and they kind of just keep other people from playing the game, right? And there's no better way to get someone not to want to play a game than to not let them play the game that
And
you're trying to get them to
And
play.
you know what's funny about that? I say I'm not a complete degenerate. You'd think there's people out there that are going to be angry at me because I called them a complete degenerate. But that's what they want. They're like, yeah, I'm a complete degenerate.
Yeah.
It's like, that's kind of what you're going for when you build a land destruction
Also-
deck. You want everybody to be angry at you.
But he also says that on
Well-
the back of saying he just played a land
I
destruction
mean, it wasn't
card.
land destruction. And the thing that's tough about Storm is that one card comes in there and it has Storm on it.
Yeah.
So you got to put it in the deck.
Right, yeah.
And then once you have the chance to pull off destroy 8 lands, especially to your kids, you got to be like, well, let me show you something fun.
You're not going to do it.
Yeah.
What's more fun than getting 4 of your lands destroyed?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, he does have a Kalia deck, and his strategy in that is to get out Kalia and then destroy everyone's lands,
Yeah.
so they can't do anything.
Yeah,
That's
Armageddon.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm the problem.
Yeah. Well, I will say you at least control yourself where not every deck you build has that kind of theme in it, right?
Yeah, and
You're a little bit
Kalia
better
doesn't
about
have that much land destruction.
Right.
It has 2 cards that do it. So you have to run into that out of 100 cards.
it. Yeah. So going back with kind of the game and, different things inside of that you guys enjoy, with the Universes Beyond stuff, is there anything that you guys would love to see added to Magic that you think would be super fun and a good add?
So an IP, yeah.
Star Wars.
Oh, let's go.
Star Wars is a great one. Jaden?
Zelda.
Zelda.
That would be so awesome in Magic. They could maybe reskin Teferi's protection as Daruk's protection. It's like it's meant to be.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing, too, that's cool about Zelda is you have the shield and the sword, you have the ocarina. There's a lot of... Because Zelda's been going on since 80-something, I want to say.
Oh, a long time.
It was on the NES originally as a little, 2D side-scroller game.
It was the best game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Revolutionary.
they have a long history of it. So, I mean, I also... Playing Smash Brothers, one of the first times I ever played the game, Zelda was one of the Link was one of the first guys I played. So I thoroughly enjoy Zelda, even to the point of where my wife's text notification is.
The problem is I don't think
the
they're
fairy.
ever getting Nintendo. Nintendo doesn't share well.
No, Nintendo is a little greedy, unfortunately. But I do think that would be a great IP. And then what's your reasoning for Star Wars? Any character in specific you're like, I'd love to just put this down on the board in Magic and just...
Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars, definitely.
Oh, yeah. From the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Would you? So when you're saying Star Wars, are you talking about the Clone Wars animated series? Are you talking about the live action stuff? Are you talking about the comic book series? Which part of Star Wars would you most be wanting to see?
Star Wars. All of it.
Well, I mean, Star
as
Wars
much
is
as
huge.
That's the correct answer. All of it.
Well, Star Wars is very huge.
Well-
It's kind of like Lord of the Rings, where they're kind of taking it in bits because there's a lot to do with Lord of the Rings and then the Hobbits and things like that. So would you, because you said Clone Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi specifically, have you seen through that entire series?
Yes.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Okay. Besides Obi-Wan Kenobi, who's your other favorite character in that show? Because there's a couple of stormtroopers I love that I think are
You mean
great.
clones?
Clones, sorry.
Don't
Clones.
get it
that's-
wrong.
Sorry, clones that are super fun.
My
I like-
favorite clone died.
True.
And then one of my favorite Jedi became evil and then died in another series.
So maybe that's a hint, dude.
Yeah, stop liking people. I think. I think it's
Out
your.
of, my
didn't die
out of
yet.
my friends, which ones do you like? I just want to know because I'll prepare
whose
for them to go
funeral?
to the dark side.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say funeral.
Well, maybe they will. Yeah.
Did you guys do the Bad Batch at all? Did you watch through the Bad Batch?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of that?
Okay.
You thought that was
Not
okay?
as good as Clone Wars.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, Clone Wars is hard to beat for sure. I think.
What do you
that,
guys? Do you
that was
guys?
pinnacle.
Would you guys watch Magic the Gathering TV show if there was a cartoon or live action?
Maybe
No.
if it was suitable for children.
Paxton just said no.
No.
Why?
Why wouldn't you
Because
watch
I can
it?
just ask ChatGPT what's happening.
Oh, but you could do that for Star Wars and you watch it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because Star Wars is fun.
You don't think Magic would be fun?
Well,
Some of
so
the
for
stories?
example, they have been trying to develop a series via Netflix. They have a signed deal with them. They're trying to make a series, and they would follow Jace the Planeswalker. You're familiar with who he is? He's the blue Planeswalker in most.
Yeah.
And so you get to meet Jace and Chandra and Ajani, who's the Lionkin, and you would get to kind of see the beginnings of what was Magic the Gathering, quote unquote.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, them fighting battles across different planes of existence.
And including eventually getting to,
Spark.
No, what's his name? The big guy that, Obnixilus?
Bob.
It's
not Bob?
No, it's Dave's favorite dragon guy that he always plays. The dragon that flips into a planeswalker. I think it's Obnixilus. I can't remember.
bet it is. I think Paxton told me that ChatGPT told him that Obnixilus is the main villain in Magic.
Yeah, he's one of the big ones for sure.
That
So,
makes
but
sense. So they know more than me then.
yeah, but they have talks of making a series about that. So that'd be something that you think would be good for getting people into Magic or younger people like yourself.
Nicholas is a lot like Bob.
It's close.
Sounds like it.
It's one letter off from
Right
Bob
on, dude.
Nicholas.
Yeah. Bob Nicholas.
Bob's Burgers. That'd be crazy. But yeah, so do you think maybe them doing a show like that would be helpful, especially if it was age appropriate, obviously, like you said, Jaden?
I
Do you
think
think
that
that-
would work because watching a show makes you want to do the thing, and playing a video game makes you want to watch the show that goes with that video game.
That's true.
It synergizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, it would be cool to like watch a show and be like, oh, I really like this one character, and then play that character as a commander. That would be really cool.
Well, once upon a time, you guys were very much into Pokemon,
True.
getting the cards. Did you guys ever watch any of that show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I do think there's truth to what you're saying. I do think if they do a show a good way to where it's still entertaining for, older Magic fans to watch, but also appropriate for younger Magic fans to watch, I do think, like you guys are saying, that could definitely be beneficial overall.
It's Netflix.
Yeah, so I mean, the down
chance it's not age appropriate for me.
potentially. I mean, they have made shows that are age appropriate. Like for example, one of the IPs they got that's coming out this year is K-pop Demon Hunters, which Netflix made last year, and they have a secret layer. It's not a full set, so it's a secret layer only, but they're supposed to be releasing that.
We
sometime
won't go
this
into
year.
our views on Netflix, though. We'll continue on down the road on Magic. So, you guys, we talk a lot about how you should behave in the shop, right? When you're playing with other people. And you guys have had some experiences at the shop. Don't use particular names, okay? Because we're not here to embarrass anyone. But while you're at the shop, are there some things that people could be aware of that make it hard for you guys to play or make you not want to go to a shop and play?
Yes, definitely. Curse words, 100%.
Curse words. Okay, what else? And you guys can lean into the mic to say what you want, but...
That's the biggest thing.
Okay, so there was no, no one made you feel bad or anything like that for the different plays you made or tried to rush you or anything like that?
I mean, after the game was timed out at the shop one time. Someone just, and no one loses unless everybody but one person, unless there's a winner.
Right.
If the time goes out.
It's
But
all a tie.
in the overtime where there were like 4 extra turns, someone just took me out. Even though that didn't affect anything, they just decided to take me out. Probably because it'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been the case. Now, I will say is that what the rule is if they take you out before you take your turn, the extra turn then gets bumped back, so technically they might get another turn, which is why they could have maybe done that.
No.
But I do know what you're referring to. Sometimes where people just take someone out and it's like, well, that doesn't, I already went, my turn's over, I can't do anything.
I think they told you something, didn't they?
I think it was the last turn.
Yeah,
His turn.
And they did it. Didn't they do it because they felt like you had been picking on someone?
Yeah, because that person was the best one to attack, like, the whole game.
And why were they the best one to attack?
Well, she didn't really have blockers most of the game, and I wanted to do damage to someone.
Right. Yeah. So there's the thing. If you don't have blockers, you're probably going to get hit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, because we did our 100th episode last week about etiquette and stuff like that. So speaking of in-game specifically, yeah, indubitably, is there anything that you've experienced that you would maybe want to pass on to people getting into the game of Magic, etiquette-wise, touching cards, how to shuffle, time in, anything like that you feel like is important maybe for someone who's getting into the game that you experience that you think, I wish this person did this a little bit better, or I wish this was something that people practiced a little bit more for the sake of the game to make it more enjoyable overall. Is there anything like that, in-game speaking-wise?
Don't tell people you're going to do something if they do that. Don't make deals that you're not going to follow through with. And...
yeah.
So keep your word, is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And be careful with other people's cards, and don't eat something and then play with other people's cards.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Really good. So, guys, if people are out there deck building, okay, and they're building their deck, do you have any advice for them? Like what are some things they could do to help them build their deck?
So how I build my decks is I go onto EDH Rec, the website on Safari, and I look for a commander that I really like and the colors that I like. Then I pick that commander, and then there's a whole giant list of cards that go well with this commander. So really all you just have to do is go through and tap every card that sounds good to you, and then at the end go around and pick out the ones you don't want in there, then fill in the blank spots and be like, oh, I don't have enough sorceries. So go back and pick the correct sorceries, get the board wipes, and just that EDH Rec suggested cards for that commander is really nice.
But you do have to you want to make sure, though, at the end that you have enough board wipes, single target removal, card draw, ramp, things like that. Is that what you mean? So at the end you go back and add that in if you need to?
Yeah. Well, I put it into Mox Field. I put in all the cards I want, and then I take some out. And then I put it into Mox Field. Then from there you can make some minor adjustments and then buy the entire deck in bulk.
Yep.
That's good. Jaden, what about you? What kind of deck building tips might you have for people out there?
Build it well, but not too well that you beat everyone else.
That's actually,
at least in your budget.
That's actually really good advice, because that is a part of Magic. You have to build it well, but you do have to build it not too well.
Yeah.
Like you have to choose some suboptimal choices, otherwise no one wants to play your deck. Yeah.
Right, yeah. I mean, and speaking of wanting to play decks, you guys basically, the bracket system is almost the only thing you've known, quote unquote, when it comes to
No, they played before the bracket system.
True, but they were younger and didn't have as full of comprehension, I would say, as they do now compared to
I don't even think
Magic.
they use it. Do you guys use the bracket system now?
Not really. No.
Moxfield tells me that I haven't ranked my deck, and so it says it's like bracket 2. That's because it's mostly a pre-con, probably.
Well, I heard now that all decks that me and Jane have are now bracket free, I think, because any deck that's optimized for victory is a free.
That's
Pretty
true.
much all the decks are free.
That's good.
now.
See, he understands the bracket system
Right.
maybe better than most adults.
Right, which is kind of my question. So you guys, so with your kind of understanding of what it is, do you think that's a good tool for newer players to kind of understand when they go to sit down at a shop to be able to get into a game? Do you think Magic is doing a good job with creating a system, making it easier for that conversation to happen?
No.
No, you don't think it's a good system.
No.
What do you think is either wrong with it, or what would be a better system in your opinion?
Rate the brackets on power levels, like how powerful your deck would win. Like, based on game changers like they do, except a bracket free should not be any deck that's optimized to win. Bracket free should be like a 2 or something. And then free should be more powerful, 4 more powerful, 5 more powerful, and it gets more powerful with each bracket. And you can know by which bracket you're facing more accurately what kind of deck you're going to face, instead of just, I'm a bracket free. It's very vague because you just know this deck is optimized to win.
Well, the other thing though
That's
too
true,
is
'cause
it
there's
does
different levels of optimized to win, isn't there?
true,
Yeah.
but it does tell you at least that it doesn't have more than 3 game changers though, right? So it does at least have a power cap in that regard, to where bracket 3s can't have more than 3 game changers. Once you go over 3,
Right, but to
then you
his
automatically
point, you
4.
could have no game changers, and it could still be way more powerful than one with 6 game changers.
It's true. It could
Once
be.
you get good at this game, you do. It's good for. I think the bracket's good for a discussion about what cards are powerful. But we all have seen those decks that are built really strong, so I think it's a good point he makes. But the bracket is still an improvement for Magic,
Yeah, I think it's
but it could still be better.
because they did do what they called a power level system, where it was 1 through 10, and your deck was what power.
But you got to rate it yourself.
Correct. And
Which
so
didn't
that
work.
was the issue, was people would always say, oh, it's a 7. But the joke was, well, every deck's a 7. There's no 10, everything's a 7.
And to his point now, every deck is a 3.
So, yeah, I mean, and I do see the fault in the system, but I think to Jeff's point, it's much better than anything we had up until this point, in my opinion. Jaden, what do you think? Do you think the bracket system is a good way for newer players to understand when they go to sit down at a table, hey, this is what I'm kind of coming in with? Do you think it's good for that, or do you think it's not helpful?
It could probably be better or worse, but if you come in as a new player and you're not sure how good your deck is, and then they won't know what deck to use. But if you say, I have a bracket free, they'll know, okay, let's not play overpowered decks.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that is ultimately what the bracket system was for, is meant for newer players to grasp and understand this is a stepping stone to kind of understanding what I should be playing with and against at said bracket level. So I definitely think that's good. But with that being said, with you guys being newer players and now having the chance to kind of corner me and your dad, do you guys have any questions about Magic that me and your dad maybe can answer for you, or curiosities about it in our beginnings or whatever the case may be that you guys want to ask? No, Paxton, Jaden, do you have any questions about anything? Well, I'm sure your dad regales you with all of his tales.
13-year-olds, and they know it all.
Yeah, it's true. You guys
But
do know
we'll
everything.
go back to being 13 and 14. It was just a great time, man.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss, man. I'll tell you what.
Well, that's okay. You guys don't have to have any questions, but I think we're going to play a little bit of a game, weren't we?
Yeah, so,
What?
yeah, with that,
Magic or a different game?
No,
No.
we're just going to play like a little questionnaire.
we're going to play a questionnaire game to kind of wrap up the show.
Quiz. It's
Quiz.
test time, boys.
It is indeed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the definition of a keyword.
What is the punishment if they fail?
If you fail, you guys have to buy me. And so here's what we'll do. We'll do you two against your dad. And if you guys lose, you have to buy me and your dad a pack each. If you guys win, me and your dad will each buy you 1 pack of Magic, okay?
Yeah, we'll double it up.
We'll double it up.
Yeah.
Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to read the definition. Don't yell it out. Just figure out what it is, and then you'll both say the answer at the same time, and I'll let you know who's correct. So to kind of give you an easy one to start off with, to let you know how it will work. A creature with this keyword ability, when it deals any amount of damage to another creature, it is destroyed.
Deck touch.
Yes.
Dang, it's fast.
He is fast. So
I think I'm gonna lose.
so what
I
you're
trust
gonna
that.
do is you're gonna wait. I'll count to 3, and then you both will say the answer out loud, because in case your dad didn't know it, he could have just said death touch after you and gotten it right. But we're just gonna basically see who knows what the definitions of these keywords. And I will have a couple of ringers in there, so be ready. So for this one, this is another keyword found on a creature. A creature with this keyword deals all their combat damage before creatures without this keyword or without an additional keyword do.
First strike.
Yes.
First strike.
First
It's supposed
strike?
to be who answers first.
No, you're going to answer at the same time.
Oh, first strike.
First strike, and you guys are agreeing?
Strike.
First strike.
First strike is correct. A creature with first strike deals damage in the first strike instance of combat. If a creature has, and I'll give you a chance here to get the second word. What is the second key word that would allow you to deal combat damage in the first strike instance?
Double strike.
Double strike.
Double strike.
Correct. Double strike is the second key word that lets you deal damage in the first strike instance. So we're 1-1 there.
Maybe you should answer first, like in the Supreme Court, so that we can't poach answers off you.
I'll write down my answers.
Yep. So
That's a good idea.
Uh,
Pad and paper.
a creature with this keyword can block as though it had a second keyword of creatures with the second keyword.
It can block.
As though it can block creatures with the second keyword. A creature with this keyword can block creatures with the second keyword. All right, you guys got your answers? You guys got your answer?
I don't know.
Okay. You guys,
Why don't you confer before
Reach.
you?
reach, that's what you guys want to go with?
Oh, that's such a great answer.
That is correct. Reach is the correct answer. A creature with
Good
reach
job,
can
guys.
block a creature with flying.
2-1, I'm going to be buying packs of cards. or I'll buy you singles because we don't buy packs. So I'll buy you the dollar amount worth of packs that we agreed to.
All right. We'll do a play style definition here. Okay. So this is going to be a play style. Decks with these type of spells and permanents usually are blank abilities that come from permanents you control. Only you can make decisions for things you blank. If you control a permanent, only you can activate its activated abilities. Some spells and abilities let you gain control of permanents. Most of the time, this means that card will move from your opponent's side to yours.
Theft.
Yeah, it's stealing, right? Stealing.
Theft deck?
Like, piracy.
I'm not sure. I was gonna say.
So you're going with theft. You guys are going with?
I'm going with poaching off my dad's answer.
No.
Theft. Okay, thievery. Thievery.
Jaden, speak up, son.
What was it again?
So spells and permanents that enter the battlefield on your side, if they are this type of permanent, their abilities, you can make decisions for things you control. If you control a permanent, only you can activate the abilities of the activated abilities. And some of these spells and abilities let you gain control of a permanent. Most of the time, that means that card will move from your opponent's side to yours.
Oh, I have a different answer.
Is it chaos? Maybe Paxton.
If I don't get it right, I want a second guess. I know it won't count for points, but just for
I'll give you a second guess.
Okay, sure,
Theft.
let's
You
do
guys are gonna both go with theft?
Theft.
Incorrect. Jeff, you want?
clone.
Not clone. This is control. When you gain control of permanents or control the battlefield.
Oh, well, you can explain that poorly, but okay.
I'm reading the definition that's here on the Magic Gathering website. So if you don't like,
Poorly.
Well, Magic the Gathering is worse, so.
yeah, that's true.
The
All
word
right, so
is
2-1,
playground
Jaden and Paxton still. So we'll go ahead and another creature keyword ability. Creatures with this keyword can't attack.
Oh, I know what it is.
All
right,
right, you guys
attack.
think about your answer. Think about your answers.
I trust you.
All right, we'll start with Jaden and Paxton this time since your dad answered first last time. What's
I
your
know.
guys' guess?
Defender.
All right, and Jeff?
Defender.
Correct, defender. Creatures with defender can't attack.
Yeah, a deck that actually is built around walls.
But I think Jaden got it before I got it.
Yeah, I think you did too.
Played that deck.
All right. This next keyword ability. A creature with this ability cannot be blocked by a single creature. It must be blocked by 2 or more.
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I know this one, but I'm trying to think what it's called.
That's why I did this game, because I figured Jeff would forget the terms. He knows what they are.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, go ahead and give me your answer if you got one.
Kineticism,
And
because I don't know.
menace is correct.
Dang it.
The menace, as
Yeah.
us sophisticated folks call it. Menace. Creatures can only be blocked by 2 or more creatures with this keyword ability, which is a good one. So 3-1. Jeff, you're killing me here,
I
man.
get destroyed.
We're going to do...
Also, the fans listening could write in and tell us how well they did.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys are answering along at home, let us know what you did.
And whether you would have been beaten by my children, too.
Yeah. And so, Jeff, I'm going to try to help you out here. This is an old school one, so you guys got to think about this.
Oh, yeah, the older it is, the better I'll remember it. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Horsemanship.
So, creatures with this keyword cannot be blocked except by other creatures with this keyword.
Oh, that was right. I'm gonna say a horsemanship.
No.
Oh no, wait. Chivalry maybe something with horses.
It's something like sneak or something. It's like something with shadows or ghosts or robots.
I have a
Think that
black
was
card
right.
that does this.
Wait, black. He said he has a black card which does it, which means
Think
it's
so.
not horsemanship. It's probably sneak or something.
Oh, but it has to be old.
No, it's
too.
not sneak though. It's got a
All
different
right.
name. It's like something with
Jaden and Paxton, I'll need your answer in 3, 2,
shadow.
1. Shadow? Jeff, what are you going with?
I'll just go horsemanship still.
Horsemanship is correct. It is actually
Really?
horsemanship.
I knew
Yeah.
it.
But aren't there other things that do that?
There are other things that do something similar, but not specifically this.
And I only got that right because I thought it was one he would pick.
Yeah. This keyword is also going to be a slightly older one. And this keyword is this creature can block or be blocked by only creatures with this keyword. So, Jeff, you're going to start this one on this guess. Again, this creature can block or be blocked by only creatures with this keyword.
Oh. Can only be... Oh. Block or be blocked by creatures flying?
And Jaden and Paxton?
Wait, but
Why?
he said it was older. Oh.
Oh,
flying
but they
might
can be
old.
blocked by reach, so that's not true. Flying's not the answer.
Oh.
So don't say that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They almost said it. You
I
almost...
know, but
Yeah.
give them the best shot. I want to see if they can
No,
figure it
sneak
out.
is like a different thing.
Okay, so
It's like
recall when your data banks from creating cards.
All right.
All right, you got to
3,
go.
2,
Shadow.
1.
Shadow.
Correct. Shadow is the right answer.
Holy cow.
This creature can block or only be blocked by creatures with shadow. And the reason why flying doesn't work, as your dad said, is because reach also blocks.
And not just that, but I asked this kid about medical, history, science, both these boys. You think they know a lot about magic? Good grief.
So 4-2. And as any good game host would do, the last questions were 200 points. So whoever gets this one will win.
Okay.
what?
That's not a good game.
That's
host.
how
It's a
all the
terrible
games work.
game
Whoa. Easy. Listen here. So this last one, we're going to use a new ability. And this is a card type.
Oh.
Ready? Pay 1, sacrifice this card. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Activate only as a sorcery.
think I know the
I
answer.
have an idea of
All
what
right.
it might be.
Say I know.
So you guys can think about it. I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. Kind of.
Is it mutagen?
It is. It
Is that your final answer you're going with?
Yeah.
That's my answer, too.
Mutagen is correct. It is from the new TMNT set. Figured relevant with it just
I can't
coming
believe
out.
you guys do that. They
Yeah.
haven't even messed with
It's
it.
not
Actually, I did look at a
us.
lot of.
It's not
TV
us.
Mutant
It's
Ninja
just
Turtle
Jaden.
cards yesterday.
Jaden was all of it. it's Jaden.
Yeah, that's not fair. God has given him the mind that I can't compete with.
And just for fun, the other mechanic you kept bringing up, Sneak, is also from TMNT. It's a new mechanic, and it is you may cast this spell for its sneak cost if you also return an unblocked attacker you control to hand during the declare blocker step.
You should have referenced like Prowl too. That's a tough one that people don't know.
Yeah, it is.
There's some really hard ones out there.
I wanted to make sure they at least had a chance. I don't want to go too hard, but you guys did great. I mean, you
probably
got
would have known Prowl.
5 to 3.
I
So
don't know Prowl.
yeah, 5 to 3. You beat your dad. Good job, guys. And
If you attack with a creature, you can pay an amount and cast that creature for that lessened amount. So like in my dinosaur deck, you pay 2 and a red, which is a prowl cost that every creature has because of Velociraptor, I think it's called.
yeah.
And you can play any dinosaur, including your commander, for 3 mana, which is crazy.
Cool. Wait, how does it let you play your commander for that?
Because if you deal damage with a creature that shares a creature type, you get to cast any creature of that type for its prowl cost.
It doesn't take from your hand, so you can probably...
Correct. So you can play your commander. Yeah, it's crazy.
Right, which is what makes it really good, especially when your commander costs 8 mana.
Yeah.
You get out for 3.
That's wild.
It's pretty gross.
That is a dinosaur deck.
Yeah. Well, that is all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us and doing the podcast with us. Of course, we hope to have you guys on again maybe sometime down the road.
That's what I was thinking.
Any final thoughts real quick, because the set just came out on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? What did you think of the set overall? You think it's good, bad, or?
Never looked at it.
Never looked at it. Jaden? TMNT?
I don't think it's that great, but they brought back class, I think.
Yeah, classes for the enchantment, I believe, yeah.
Like what they did for D&D.
Which, do those work the same as a saga?
No. Classes you pay to upgrade.
So anything
Sagas
that
are just
references
automatic.
a saga
Would not reference a
would
class.
not reference a class.
Yeah, because they're both enchantments, but it's an enchantment saga.
But what about
and
Tom
enchantment class.
Bombadil? Because you don't pay to upgrade those sagas. They happen now.
Right, because classes you pay to upgrade.
Oh,
It's
but
actually
sagas you
different
don't.
type
So
of-
it's
Sagas you
completely
don't.
different.
Yeah, they're completely different. Yeah, because classes are like when this comes out, you have this first ability. Then if you pay to upgrade it to level 2.
It's called class because you have to pay for things sometimes that you don't want to get to the thing you do want, which is how college works nowadays, when they make you take stupid electives that nobody cares about, and you still have to pay them thousands of dollars.
Well, good job, Aggro Jeff, on making an appearance right at the end of the episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
It was a delay.
Well, just wait till you start saving money for your kids' college.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
Yeah, not looking forward to that at all. So, but
Well, you better start.
yeah, I know. But thank you guys, and as always, play bold, swing wide, and don't forget to pay the one.
Or forget to tell them where to listen to us.
Oh, yeah. I guess we can do that, too. You can find us on all the websites everywhere, youtube.com/AtCommandersPod. You can see us at patreon.com. I'm so used to Duncan throwing it to me, and then he has to throw it back.
Yep.
Patreon.com/AtCommandersPod. If you want to go ahead and support us, we'd really appreciate it so we can keep making great videos like this and podcasts like this. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc., etc. Spotify, we're also now video on, as well as YouTube, we're video podcasts on. Also, I did do a collector pack opening for the channel for TMNT, so you'll get to see that. I'll have that up by this weekend as well.
And help us pay for college, please. Be a Patreon subscriber. We'd appreciate it.
Yeah. And now, as always, play bold, swing wide, and don't forget to pay the one.
Magic will leave a mark.